welcome to Flory Models Daily Show. Here we're on Thursday the 22nd of December 2016. Yeah, I'm still not better. This is one of those things, I'm one of these people that gets ill like once every couple of years, but when I do, I get it pretty bad. You know, it's just one of those things. I think you're either one of these people who get lots of little things and you can sort of deal with them day to day, or you're sort of one of these people like me who tends to get nothing, but when you do, it's like a right nightmare and you can't shift it that quick. So anyway, never mind. Thank you for all the get wells. I'm sure I will be. Let's face it, I've only got to get through till Friday and then I'm going to have a bit of time off, be back to work probably Wednesday and everything else like that between Christmas and New Year, and I have a bit of time off over New Year as well, so get in there. Anyway, a couple of things I want to talk about. First of all, I've got to do lots of thank yous. Where we're going to start with, Jeffrey Scott sent me a patch for my little patch wall. In the new year, I'll give you a walk around everywhere. I'll be really honest with you. The office upstairs, which is a stock room, we do the post and the orders and all the bits and pieces up there. That's one room of two that we use up there, is complete tip, and it's where my patch wall is up there as well, you see. So I'm not going to show you that at the moment. In the new year, we're going to completely gut the place, tidy up and everything else like that. And to be honest, we got all the guys who are here for the party on Friday are staying here. So I've got to clear everywhere, including both of those rooms, because they're going to have people sleeping in them. So yeah, we'll get that sorted. Second up, we've got to thank Glenn Morrison and his lovely wife for sending me this. Now this, to be honest, it did arrive yesterday morning and I thought it was something else, something really mundane that doesn't matter, and I was going to open it in the new year, and it's only because he messaged me saying, did we get anything? And I'm thinking, well, I better go and check, and I have got 3 or 4 little things up there in the office upstairs which I know roughly what they are, and I must admit I did think it was toner cartridges. So anyway, it wasn't, and it was this. So this is the Boba Fett, which is a limited edition one as well, and his lovely wife works for the company who used to sell these and everything else, and sent me one as a little present. This has to be one of the coolest things I've ever been sent in my life, and will take pride of place probably either in here with me, or it'll be in my office upstairs on my desk. So absolutely fantastic for that one, but that is really, really cool. I love that one, and I must admit, when I was going back through your photos, I saw him there as well, so that was really cool. The other one we do have to thank as well, which is where it's getting ridiculous now, because you guys are far too kind sending me stuff. Like patches and little things I'm fine with, but when it gets to big things I get sort of embarrassed. But Jonathan Beecham sent me this, which may get open, to be honest, on Friday. Because you know what this lot, I think what everybody here is going to be around about sort of 15 of us, I think. So the chances are they will go through this place like a load of locusts and we'll be devouring this. If not, I will keep it just for me and Mel for the new year. But thank you very much for this. He knows what's in here, but it's a lovely bottle of champagne and some flutes and chocolate as well, and everything else like that. Again, a total surprise when I came back, because this is the one I was mentioning on one of the shows, and I said, if you sent me anything, please can you let me know, because the gift card turned up with it and it just had John on it. That was it. So it's like, right, I have no idea who it's really from, but thank you very much for this as well. That's totally over the top and very, very kind of you. And everything else. So yes, the other thing as well I need to speak about, some of you are mentioning that the video which is up and it's in the free to watch area, do you like our new banner? I'm not that, it's one of those 2-minute jobs. I'm thinking, no, I'm going to change it, we're going to have the girls up there, and then I suddenly remembered that I haven't put the pigment one on there, so we'll get that sorted anyway. But the live show me and Steve did, I don't know if you can see it, probably not, it's saying it's 40 minutes long, 40 minutes 58. Now, I'm not sure if this is because I'm slightly on a different setting to you guys, but when I click on it, let me just mute it, it comes up down here as being 4 hours, 47 minutes, 6 seconds. Long in total, which was the real length of the entire show. Now we did have a break, if you remember, when one of my cameras coughed, I'll call it coughed, broke, and everything else, so I had to quickly reset the system, but we were reset and up running. But luckily for us, because of that bit of software we used, it stitched it together, so there was no gap for you guys. You know, it would have gone black screen, but we didn't lose the feed, so to speak, so it just carried on through, which is really handy. So it is there. Now if you have got a problem, I have got a copy of this obviously here, and what I'll do is I will re-upload it back onto the server. But this was the sort of long drawn out with me and Steve, and we were talking about obviously doing Slave 1 and like so this, and a lot of you have said it's quite a good one because it's got all the chipping on and you wanted to see all about it. Well, fear not, to say, if it's as an admin, it may be different what I see to what you see. So if you're getting the 40-minute ones and that's all you can see, then obviously shoot me up a message and I will sort it out and I'll upload the old version of it, and then that way it'll cure the problem. But I don't want to upload another one because we're going to have 2 up there then, and everything else like that. But generally it is there. That's the bit I can see because it's showing me, you know, there we are, we're 3 hours in there. If we go up to 4 hours, Gonna play? No, hold on, play. Yeah, so we are there at 4 hours, and I think if we go right up towards the end, just make sure it is and it's not just me. Yeah, see, it is all there. So the entire thing is there as far as I'm concerned, just maybe different view. So I said, hit me up, let me know, and we will sort it out. So anyway, today, let me just pause that, I'm going to carry on with the ATAT. Now, you know what I always say about, you know, when do you know you've gone too far with weathering? That bit in your mind where you said you've overdone it, you should stop. Again, this is one of those things where do as I say, not as I do, because I got slightly carried away and I've ended up with an ATAT that technically is a little bit over the top. I think it's over-weathered it. Now I've got a choice. I either leave it as it is and we're just going to call it a very heavy weathered ATAT that perhaps has been walking around, I don't know, somewhere wet and dirty, so or rusting slightly or anything else like that, or I can knock it back. There is that choice on it. The big thing with this video, as you're going to see on this one, is I've tried to show you almost every technique that I do. So I've showed you using clay washes, I've showed you using enamel paints, I've showed you going to be using oils on it, and everything else like that. So I've sort of covered all the topics in one build, which again is really nice because I can show you this instantly without having to build the entire thing. Anyway, enough of the waffling. This is what we've got. Okay. So there she is, looking like that. This is what happens when you're ill and you're like, you know, on paracetamols and all types of things. So that's that side, and I'll just take you around to the other side. And we have this side as well. Okay, so as you can see, to be honest, it doesn't look too bad like when you get right in on top of it. But yeah, this is the thing, because obviously I'm trying to show you all these different techniques and I'm thinking I've probably overdone it now, and everything else like that. But generally I think it's all right. It's a worn down. A couple of things are going to change. I'm going to put in a little bit of stripper here at the front, I think, so it's got that lit look. I'm probably going to use some clear tape and paint the back side of it red so it has that sort of glow and everything else down in there like that. So yeah, but generally I think we're coming along quite nicely. I think another couple of hours on this one, we'll have this one completed. Then obviously I've got to edit it and do all the bits and pieces like that. So it'll probably be with you tomorrow, I'm thinking. I'll probably put this one up on Friday, and then today, if I've got time this afternoon, I'll get a review done. But as you can imagine, I am a bit and the last thing I really want to do is sit down and just do a load of editing, really. So we'll see how we get on, because this one's editing wise is going to be another 2 parts, I think. I don't know, might be able to get it in 1 part. We'll see how we go with it, but generally it's coming along really, really nice. So anyway, I'll keep taking the old tablets and all the rest of it and drinking Lemsip, and then we'll get back to you at lunchtime and see how we're getting on. Okay, and we have finished it. It absolutely has come to life, looking fantastic. No problems with this guy at all. As I've just explained on the video, and I doubt you're going to go off and watch as well, is that I was saying that I haven't decided to go in pigments because I'm not sure the environment I'm going to put this thing in. Obviously at a later date I'd like to put this onto a stand or something else like that, so I will make it environmental, i.e. mud and things, to whatever it is. But because we've done it so weathered, we're thinking this is more like a forest planet or a jungle type planet, rather than something like Hoth, where it's ice and snow, where it wouldn't get particularly too rusty and everything else, or this type of weathering on it, because it's not going to be in that type of environment. But generally, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's overpriced, it's a horrible kit if we're honest, but from our point of view, you can take what is a kid's click and play toy and turn it into something like this. So just the same as we did with the U-Wing, which we did with the Star Destroyer and all the others we've been working on this week, it is just supposed to be a little bit of fun, and definitely I think it really has been fun. I thoroughly enjoyed it, just doing the different weathering techniques. And on this one I've shown you my 3 ways I weather. So obviously we've talked about washes as in clay washes, and then we've used washes as in enamel washes, and then I've used oils, and I've shown you the 3 ways with oils, i.e. using the neat and dry, and then obviously using them like a dry brush technique, and then using them into making them into a wash as well. So I've showed you all 3 different techniques to actually do this guy, and show different ways of doing it right the way through. So not only has it been fun to build and all the rest of it, but it has been that thing of saying, right, okay, well look, at the same time I can show you different ways of doing the same thing with different products all on one model, which from my point of view is great. From your point of view, you can have a look at it, try each one, see which works for you, and then go from there. So anyway, that is really, really nice. A load of you have asked me about the AT-ACT, or the cargo one. I have got it. If I got time this afternoon, I might pop it together. Obviously, I'm not going to paint and weather it because we've done this one and we do exactly the same way. But I might spend an hour just as a tag on to the back end of this one to show you that particular kit and everything else like that. So what I've got to do now is obviously edit this together. It'll be up with you tomorrow. It won't be up today because I've got tons of editing, to be honest, to do, get this thing up and ready, but it will be with you tomorrow. And if I can, I'll get the ACCT review up for you this afternoon, and we do it like that. But so far so good. I'm on the Lemsip, third one of the day. I don't know if you can overdose on Lemsip, but we're getting there. Anyway, we'll see how we get on with this one. Get this one out this afternoon. We get the orders sorted, and we get the ACCT done, and then that will be it. Because then tomorrow, as I said, I've got to gut all of this and get ready for the show. So a busy day today, to be honest, pushing through very nicely, trying to get everything sorted and done. And you know, it's like no one panic. We've had a couple of you saying about subscription problems and various bits and pieces like that. Don't panic. As of now, I've turned off the automatic system. Okay, so that's the one that boots you out if you haven't paid and all the rest of it. We'll sort it all out in the new year. It's as simple as that. I'm not going to go around and sort out memberships and various bits and pieces because you know what it's like over Christmas. Everyone panics, okay? So if you're a new member, you'll sail through no problem at all. And obviously if you're an existing member, nothing's going to happen at all, okay? So nobody's going to get deleted or anything else like that between now and on the 3rd of January, all right? So it just makes things a lot easier, hassle-free and all the rest of it. If you do have any problems logging in, a couple of you seem to have, do the usual thing, pop onto a different computer, do it on your phone, just try and log in, make sure that that's working absolutely fine. If it still seems to be a problem, check your subscription is up to date. Have a check with PayPal. Check your spam folders and all your bits and pieces, see if you've had an email from us. Now, I haven't deleted or taken anybody off the site since Tuesday, okay? So, and obviously that system is now off. So if you're in, you're in. It's just that sometimes we have people and they have problems logging in, and normally it's not us. And you bombard with emails, and I go off and check and everything else, and it turns out it's fine, okay? And various things like that. So if you can do your bit as well, just have a look. If you still got a problem, usual thing, just shoot me a little message via the contact me, or preferably via the members email address, okay, straight in like that. And that way, just give us your username that you log on to the main site and the actual email that is connected to your PayPal account. That way, between those two bits of information, I can see your entire account instantly instead of having to go around and look for it, find it. And sometimes, like for instance, we've got some people with names and we have 10 people with the same name, okay, so that way I have to find out exactly which one it is. So if you can supply me with your PayPal email address, that's all I want. Don't give me any passwords or anything else like that, no card information, because we don't deal with anything here. Just give me those bits and I can instantly just sit down, put them in, it comes up with everything instantly, okay? And that way I can just make sure everything's all right and everything else like that. If you still have problems, don't panic, I'll send you a temporary little thing to get into the site and you'll be able to pop in and see everything. So I did have every plan of getting this into one more part. It's not. It's going to be another 2 parts for this one, because part 3 is going to cover all about the painting. That will be up with you tomorrow, and then part 4, which will probably go up on Christmas Day, is going to talk about all the weathering and the bits and pieces like that. Okay, so there's still plenty to come on that. I've sat down, I've been editing it this afternoon, and to be honest, it's going to be too much to sort of just cram in. You're going to lose a lot of information. So I've decided to keep it as it is. So it is going to be another 2-parter. So basically part 3 is going to talk all about the painting processes and putting the wash on. And then obviously part 4 is going to talk about obviously wash coming off and doing all the streaking and playing with different techniques using oils, washes, and enamels and things like that right the way over it. So different ways of doing exactly the same thing, but I show all 3 on that one. Today is a little bit of fun because everyone was asking, have you got the little one? And I'm like, yes, I have. And here he is. Again, it's one of those things. Sorry, shouldn't have pressed it. It's a great little kit. It is tiny, it's dinky and all the rest of it. But in some ways, this one is far superior to here. Like the legs on this, they really do work. They're a lot better. They hold their pose and all the bits you could ever want to do with it. And again, I think spend a little bit of time on this guy, you could have him looking like this. Now, obviously, I'm not going to show about painting this one because let's face it, if you're going to do it the same way, you're going to do it the same way as the Big Daddy over here. What I will do is obviously I'll link them together. So if you look down under the comment section or if you're on the site, they'll all be in the same place, literally at. So we're going to call them walkers. I'm going to put them all together. So I might actually put the Scout Walker, because obviously we've done him already, and all the other types of walkers in one place under the new Star Wars section and things like that. So from that point of view, it'll just be easier to find, and you can see exactly how to weather and do this guy and everything else. And as I say, if somebody was on my Facebook, if you've seen it earlier, I had these 2 posing together, so like, Mum. So I think they're quite cute, quite dinky. But yeah, sound effects are better on this one than they are on the others though, that's for certain. So that little review and build of that, just putting it together, sorry, will be up with you literally by the time you see this, alright? So that's already been done. I've done that as a little bit of an extra. Next week I will definitely be doing this guy because this is one that I've really been looking forward to doing actually. I've built the old, is it the AMT Tidarium shuttle, quite a big one. So I'm looking forward to doing with this one, and we're going to do the same as what we did to the U-Wing for this one as well. So this is Imperial colours, so it's going to be that sort of lighter shades of grey right the way over it, and then using washes to literally just ping it to life. Obviously it's going to be a lot cleaner than the U-Wing because Rebel stuff always looks, and has been commented before, and a couple of you mentioned to me, why is it the Rebel stuff is absolutely weathered to hell in the new Rogue film? Yet you look at the classic ones, they weren't that bad, but it looks like now they've really stepped up the weathering. Well, this guy's been quite a clean one, but I'm looking forward to doing this one. As I say, Tidarium shuttle, little favourite of mine, and obviously I want to get this one done, so that will be up with you between Christmas and New Year as a full review and build like we've done with these guys, okay, and everything else like that. There's still various bits to come, but to be honest, because I'm dying and I've got so much to do, I haven't had time to start on the trench run, but again, I'm going to do that before New Year as well, so that'll be on my speedy one-day build and everything else like that. So tomorrow is a little bit of a special day here at Flory Models because obviously we're having our Christmas party, so everyone's coming to that one, and we're going to be live with you during the evening. I'm going to vlog during the day and then do a little bit at night. It's going to be very raw and unedited because I'm not going to have time to do any editing, quite frankly. But you can join us at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. It's only going to be for a couple of hours because then we can get and hit the drink. And the rest of the food if there's any left. Okay, so you can join us. So usual thing, post up your questions, and there'll be an actual area in the forum, but also we're going to keep an eye out on the chat from today. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you've got some questions for me, the guys that will be here and everybody else, then just post them up down there, and obviously we'll try and answer those during the show as well. So there'll be two ways of getting hold of us, either today page, on the YouTube. So just look up today, post it down below this section here, and we'll answer them tomorrow in the live show. Or obviously members, you'll go the usual way through the forum and ask us through our special Christmas show post in the forum and list them down there, and we can do it all like that. We're hoping still, Steve's going to be with us, and then the guys from the Northern Fob, so they're going to all be up there, so they'll be down over with Steve, and then obviously Steve will join us live, and we're hoping Hans is going to be able to join us from America as well. So talk about all of us all together. It's going to be chaos, but it'll be fun. It's going to be very light-hearted. Apologies already for anything you might hear or see or whatever, because all the usual characters are going to be with me as well, alright? So I'll just warn you now, if you're not into this type of thing, forget it ever happened. It'll just be a blurry mistake and all the rest of it. So that's it from me. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Happy modelling and take care.